Saturday is the Les Turner ALS Walk for Life at Soldier Field. This is the largest ALS Walk for Life in the Midwest. We're joined now by Laura Frevaletti. She is the CEO of the Les Turner ALS Foundation. We're also expecting a very special video message from Pope Leo XIV. Thanks so much for your time this afternoon, Laura.
Thank you so much for having me. I cannot tell you how excited and privileged we feel to have this message from the Pope to be aired at our walk.
Well, we got to start with the obvious. How did that conversation start, and how did it all come together?
We have the privilege of supporting a local priest, Father Jim Halstead, who has ALS, who just happens to be a very long-term friend of the Pope. And he called and said, Laura, I've reached out to the Pope, whom he calls Bob, and asked him if he would record a message to air at the ALS Walk for Life. And Father Jim said, Laura, would you like us to do that? And I said, yes, please. And so it is a beautiful, welcoming, warm speech from the priest or from the Pope that recognizes caregivers, the scientists and researchers that we have at the Les Turner ALS Center at Northwestern Medicine, and all the families and caregivers who are there. It also recognizes our founders, Harvey and Bonnie Gaffin, who are still very active members of our board. It is an incredibly heartwarming, universal speech from the Pope. I can't wait for everyone to hear it.
Once you get this message from the Pope, what do you think that does to, I guess, putting this foundation on literally the worldwide level? Like, how does it kind of open up even more doors so you guys can continue to do more good?
Well, it is a real exciting opportunity because we continue to try to build awareness of ALS. There are researchers and scientists around the world searching for cures, preventative solutions for ALS, and this helps us broadcast that message. This also unites everyone who is caring for and supporting someone living with ALS. It's a complicated and can be quite devastating disease, and it unites people and gives them hope and the knowledge that they're not alone and that there are many people out there working for a cure and able to support them.
Laura, for people who are maybe a little unfamiliar with ALS, what do you wish more people understood about some of those day-to-day challenges that you were speaking on a little bit for people who are suffering from this disease?
ALS affects people in very different ways, which is what makes it a complicated disease. But people living with ALS may have difficulty breathing or speaking or walking, and they want to be seen and heard like everyone else. And sometimes it just takes a moment to pause and listen to what they're saying. The other thing I would add to that is that there are now many treatments and health measures that can be taken to enhance the quality of life of someone living with ALS. So we're in a period of great hope where we look for the next viable treatments and ways to enhance people's lives while they're living with ALS to make it a higher quality and more enjoyable life.
Can you explain a little bit the role of the Les Turner ALS Center at Northwestern Medicine and how they're helping advance ALS care as well as research?
Yes, absolutely both. We have 70 researchers at the Les Turner ALS Center working to find a cure. They are the world's leaders in revealing genetic causes of ALS. It helps us diagnose the disease earlier and get people the help they need so they can live longer and better lives. We also, at the Les Turner ALS Center, discovered an experimental drug called NU9, which is in the pipeline, and that's been approved for clinical trials. So one of the things at the clinic we're able to do is provide the highest number of clinical trials in the Midwest and provide that clinical research as well.
And for some of the money raised during this walk, how does it directly support both patients and their families here in the greater Chicagoland area?
Well, there are many ways that those dollars directly support people living with ALS. There's direct services. That means care coordination, equipment loans, financial assistance, respite care, support groups. ALS, because of its complications, is a very expensive disease to live with. Average costs can be $250,000 a year for the services and support that someone needs. We support the clinic, so funds donated go directly to research and to the clinic, and helping all those researchers in their experiments to reach toward a cure.
For somebody who maybe is unable to make it to the walk, are there ways that they can still contribute as well as support this cause?
Absolutely. We always need help in three ways: people to advocate for ALS, people to donate. They can go to our website at lesturners.org, and it's a big donate button. And they can join us and volunteer. So we are looking for people to help us all the time. We would love to see lots and lots of people come out to the walk. It is an amazing morning on the lakefront with about 1,500 walkers. We have about 152 teams that have come out. We have a dozen teams that have been with us for almost 20 years. And it's a feeling of hope and unity, and they'll be the first ones to see the Pope's message.
So I know you've seen the Pope's message. Can you give us a little preview? I'm putting you on the spot here a little bit. I know you're going to make everybody wait.
Let me think about what I can say. He talks about the researchers and caregivers and families and just how important they are to people living with ALS. He equates those people to 70 angels in a very eloquent way, as he has, of course. He talks about the compassion that caregivers have and the resilience of families and the dedication of the scientists to end ALS. It's a warm and very heartening message from the Pope.
And if somebody is unable to make the walk, where will they be able to see this message, maybe after its initial debut?
Well, it'll absolutely be on our website. It'll be on our social media channels. If you search for Les Turner ALS Foundation, you'll see it pop up. We certainly hope that you will cover it and show it, but we will certainly be broadcasting it and sharing it very proudly.
All right, Laura Frevaletti, the CEO of the Les Turner ALS Foundation. Thanks so much for your time, and I'm sure we're all looking forward to that message from Pope Leo XIV.